बुला दो कोई चार मन का डाटा प्रति अरे राजू भाई आप इसका नमस्कार वेलकम
for the VIPs?
Yes.
How do you like them? No, 2 years end up.
Welcome, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಟಾಟಾ ಜಾಬ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಿಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಟಾಟಾ ಜಾಬ್
ಬಂದು ರೇವಾಯ ನಾವು
No, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everything is going on there.
That's what.
అనలేదా प्रमोद जी ने बुके दे मुझे आओ मैं मना देना मम्मी भी खड़ा है
हाँ जगह
अभी क्या आइडिया है बंद कर दुकान
जी इस समय यहाँ उपस्थित है। कृपया तालियों से महामहिम जी का स्वागत कीजिए। श्रीमती कलावती और श्रीमती जिसे प्रस्तुत करेंगी श्रीमती निर्मला। We now begin with the formal part of our function this evening. And first of all, we begin with the garlanding of the Vice President by Shri G.M. Damani. I would now request Master Pramod Kumar to present to the Vice President. I now call upon Shri Premraj ji to I now request Shri Dilip Kumar ji to present a bouquet to Dr. Usha. I would now request Shri N. Sugalchan Jain ji to formally welcome all the dignitaries and all the distinguished
collection duty, honorable recipients of Mahaveer Awards, distinguished visitors and friends. I consider it my special privilege once again to stand this evening before our guest, so that Bhagwan Mahavira was born in our midst. Though of royal blood, Bhagwan Mahavira, initially known as Vardhaman, gave up all in pursuit of what he considered the ultimate truth. Even when he had a glimpse of this truth, it was a different drama he heard and chose to follow his own perception of ultimate truth. This is broadly the pattern adopted by succeeding generations of millions of Jains of our country. Permit me to convey my heartiest greetings to the members of the Jain community in particular and to my countrymen at large on this occasion. We are especially grateful to the Vice President, Sri Krishan, we are kindly consented to join us this evening in honoring the recipients. As all of you are aware, Sri Kant has been distinguished politician and eminent statesman. He is at present the Vice President of the nation. He is no stranger to a life of public service, hailing from a family dedicated to serving the nation. His father, a lifelong Gandhian, was associated with the Bhutan movement and was member of the Constituent Assembly and later the Indian Parliament. Sri Kant himself took an active interest in the Quit India movement and subsequently in the political life of India, being a member of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha for a substantial number of years. He is multifaceted personality, a man with a scientific bent of mind, a prolific writer, a connoisseur of Urdu poetry, a popular orator, a human personality, and a person who believes that every Indian is fully entitled to his democratic rights in the fullest sense of term. He has also played a significant role in the movement of the conservation of water. He would like to think that it is his concern for the underprivileged of the country that made him agree to be with us this evening to honor those who are engaged in serving the needy and the poor. I am sure that his presence here with us will enthuse us all the more in our desire to serve the sections of the community. On behalf of the foundation, we welcome you, sir. We are grateful to you, sir, for your presence here. We have been pleasantly surprised, as most of you would be, by the presence of eminent illustrious visitors today, such as Srimati Maneka Gandhi, Sri Ramnivaji Mirza. At this function, it only goes to show that the cause that the foundation is sponsoring has struck a responsive chord in the hearts of so many eminent people, whose time is really precious and the demands on which are too many. We are grateful to them for their being present here to honor the recipient and the cause they represent, as well as the encouragement to the modest efforts of the foundation. As most of you are aware, no doubt, the foundation has been making these awards during the last 3 years, and the functions at which these awards were distributed were all along being held at Chennai. Even though the foundation's vision extends beyond all frontiers, regional or otherwise, and awardees so far have come from all corners of the country, we thought it appropriate to shift the venue of the commemorative function to the national capital. Our aim in shifting this venue to New Delhi is not so much to attract the limelight of the foundation per se, but to its activities, namely to identify and encourage excellence in human endeavor in all forms of human activity. In whatever obscure part of the country such excellence flourishes. We thought that holding the commemorative function at Delhi would focus the need for such identification and encouragement and might bring the existence of such institutions to the notice of the international and national media. The influential, the powerful, and not the least, the compassionate citizens spread out all over the country. I had said on an earlier occasion that the foundation was still a toddler with uncertain steps. Now I can make bold to say that the foundation, while still remaining an infant, is no longer uncertain in its steps. We are sure of our goal, and we are sure of the shortest and the most effective way of achieving it. We found that there are many heroic institutions and heroic individuals unidentified and unsung so far. And it is these institutions and individuals we wanted to encourage by instituting an annual award with a monetary element of rupees 5 lakhs to assist these institutions to some extent in their activities. Even though the foundation started its role of a catalyst with a single award in 1995, emboldened by the general approbation its award received, we have now increased the number to 3. As all of you are aware, the awards are made on the basis of the recommendation of a jury of eminent and distinguished Indians headed by Bharat Ratna Sri Subramanianji, whose other members are Sri Venkatramanan, Sri M. N. Venkat Challaika, Sri Jeetchandji Gardi, Sri Sresh Krishna, Pujya Acharya Sri Lalanaji Maharaj, and Dr. Padma Vibhushan Dr. Ms. Usha Mehta. We are grateful to Sri Subramanianji for his constructive leadership as the chairman of the selection jury and the other distinguished members of the jury for helping us in in sifting our 300 nominations received this year. As you have known, by now the award this year has gone to Sadhu Vaswani Mission Pune for propagation of non-violence and vegetarianism. The Avinashilingam Education Trust Institutions, Coimbatore, and for outstanding service in the field of education and medicine, and to the Amte couple, Dr. Prakash Murlidar Amte and Dr.Mandakini Amte, for their services to the tribals in remote areas of Maharashtra state. Following Sadhu Vaswani's precept that all life is sacred and birds and beasts form part of the universal brotherhood, his birthday, the 25th November each year, is being celebrated as an International Meatless Day, and some state governments have also ordered the closure of slaughterhouses and butcher shops on that day. Adopting a philosophy of compassion towards all, the mission carries on vigorous profession in favor of vegetarianism and also provides relief to those affected by natural disasters such as earthquake. The Avinashilingam Education Trust institutions located at Coimbatore provides a comprehensive system of education from pre-primary and extending to the level of doctorate and beyond, integrating teaching, research and extension. Research is focused on nutrition, health, environmental protection, resource management, fuel and energy conservation, population, etc. A rural development center, as also a Sarma Vidyapit, is being managed by the trust. The trust activities providing for all-round education to a large number of students, running into thousands, have also received recognition in the form of many awards. The Amte couple have devoted their life for serving the tribal people in the remote area of Hemalkasa in the Maharashtra state. The services provided by them to the tribals cover the fields of health and sanitation, treatment and eradication of leprosy and rehabilitation, welfare of the children, eradication of illiteracy, thus broadly covering the total area of tribal welfare. The services of these individuals and institutions have been such outstanding quality as to merit their selection for the awards by selection jury. Nobody could be prouder than me and my colleagues in the foundation when the nation honored itself, though belatedly in our view, by conferring its highest accolade, the Bharat Ratna Award on Shri Subramaniam Ji, our chairman. Honors sit very lightly on Shri Subramaniam Ji. We have seen the entire country pass through all stages of development, from the pre-independence day to the present, contributing a fairly good deal towards its growth. Notwithstanding this, such honors will make one feel happy that the nation is proud of its eminent son and is keen to express a sense of appreciation and thanks in the form of such awards. We are very happy that another member of the jury, Dr. Ms. Usha Mehta, is recipient of the Padma Vibhushan Award this year. Dr. Usha Mehta would consider this as a sign of the nation's recognition of her activities in the field of social service. I am sure all of you join me in warmly congratulating Bharat Ratna Shri Subramaniam Ji and Padma Vibhushan Dr. Ms. Usha Mehta on distribution conferred upon them. I would not like to run out of time or tax your patience further, for us the horizon naturally keeps on moving. We had already requested like-minded people to join hands with us in placing the foundation's activities on a continuous and stable basis. The response to our request so far has been heartwarming. However, such response would help us in tackling only the fringe of the problem. I would like to repeat my invitation to like-minded people to assist the foundation's activities in whatever manner they could do. Ultimately, all of us are interested in following the core of our national ethos, which has always pleaded for a soft corner for the needs of the underprivileged. I would not like to anticipate what would normally constitute the vote of thanks, but at this stage, I would like to convey my warmest thanks to my partners and my family members who have been pillars of strength and extended unquestioned support to the foundation's activities. The members of my staff, located all over the country, and my personal friends have been ever willing to lend a helping hand in making the foundation vibrate with activity. Some of you may recall that when C.K.R. Narayanan, the then Vice President, presided over the first award function, we expressed the hope that we will become the first citizen of India in the not too distant future. Naturally, we are proud of the fact that our forecast has come true this soon. We hope that Sri Krishnakant's presence here is also an harbinger of the shape of things to come, and we will also be moving from Maulana Azad Road to the heights of Raisina Hill eventually, and be with us on a future occasion as the nation's president. Thank you all once again. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, Bharat Ratna Shri Subramaniam is the chairman of the selection jury for Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation Awards. May I now request him to address this august gathering. Bharat Ratna Shri Subramaniam ji.
Religions, I am sure all of you will agree, they are all branches of one tree, devoid and all embracing Sanatana Dharma. Jain community is comparatively small, but they have played and they continue to play a very crucial role in the building up of our Mother India. They have established many institutions for the, not confined to the Jain community, for the benefit of all. Particularly in Madras, I am glad to say, we have a large number of institutions, educational, medical, social services institutions, and they are really playing a very great role in serving the community. I would like particularly to mention our two friends, Sugalchand Jain and his partner Damani. Sugalchand Jain is really a model grihastha who observes the Purusharthas of Dharma, Artha, Kama, was moksha different. They not only earn and earn very well in crores, but every year they distribute 50% of the profits, which is generally more than 1 crore rupees, for various charitable purposes, donating for very many institutions. And they have established this Maharogi Foundation for the purpose of giving recognition to the voluntary organizations and individuals who are serving the community without any publicity whatsoever, but with some commitment. And as you have known, we have established 3 awards here. I am associated with another institution, Jamnalal Bajaj Award, where also we have instituted 4 awards there. So every year we have to scrutinize hundreds of individuals, institutions for the purpose of giving this award. I am really amazed with the number of institutions and individuals who are working without caring for name or fame, for the purpose of serving the society, particularly those who need the services. When we see the political picture today, we are really astounded how it looks as if we have two Indias. One, the India with the spiritual strength, serving the people without expecting any rewards. And here is the other political world today, about which we are all concerned as to where it will lead us. Some people really wonder, what is the future of India? But my own view is, as long as the root of India, that is the spiritual root, that root is strong and healthy, India cannot go down. And I'm sure that root is represented by these individuals and institutions which are working for the benefit of the society. And one other feature which I see is all these institutions have a religious background. And of course, many of them are inspired by the Gandhian ideology, which has also a spiritual background. Therefore, when we say we should have a secular India, what do we mean? Does it mean we should be a religious society? That is not the concept of Indian secularism. Indian secularism was proclaimed by Swami Vivekananda 100 years ago in the Parliament of Religions. As far as India is concerned, or Hinduism is concerned, it is not a question of tolerance of other religions. We believe that every religion is true. In my view, this is the real definition of secularism, accepting all religions as true and having a common goal for all the religious communities to serve the people belonging to our country. And therefore, I am really happy that we have here this year 3 institutions we have recognized for the purpose of giving the award. I am sure all of you know, particularly the Sadhu Vaswani institution. A great soul who lived during the freedom fight days, and he has inspired many. And today, these institutions are known very well, not only in India, but there are many followers also abroad. And therefore, when we are giving this award to the Sadhu Vaswani institutions located in Pune, I think we are honoring ourselves. The other institution which we have recognized is Avinashilingam Trust Institutions. Avinashilingam has been a colleague of Krishan Kant in the Rajya Sabha. He was a Minister for Education in the Madras State for 2-3 years. He was a great institution builder, more than a politician. He has built 2 institutions, one for women, the other for boys. And the women institution has been recognized as a deemed university for home science. But they cater from pre-nursery to the PhD and even beyond also, postdoctorate also. More than 5,000 girls are in that campus. There is the other campus for boys known as Shri Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya in Coimbatore. That is also from nursery to the doctorate. And there are 5,000 boys there studying for various things. So it's a great institution, not merely just formal education, but doing service to the community as a whole. And particularly the home science institution is doing research in nutrition, how to give nutritious food, particularly to the children in the rural areas. And therefore that is how we have recognized them. Amte is a very well-known name. In spite of his disability, he has been doing great service. And today we are giving to his son and daughter-in-law who are doing great service in the upliftment of the tribal area people in the Maharashtra. I hope all of you agree that these three institutions which we have recognized deserve recognition and appreciation. I am happy to be associated with this function where my good friend Kant is there, who as Vice President of India not only has to preside over the Rajya Sabha, in the turbulent days, I hope our distinguished President and Vice President will be great stalwarts and see that India stays through this troublesome days with success so that we may say India is a real democracy, not a mobocracy as it is called today. And in that, Krishan Kant will have to play a great role. I wish him more success in this great effort. And I wish you all well. I hope and trust this function will carry a message for all of you that every one of us has to serve Mother India with dedication without caring for selfish interest today. Most of the politicians are self-centered and selfish. Unless we do service to our brethren, to our sisters, we can't prosper as India, and let us all follow our great leader who gave us freedom, the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. That is the only way for salvation. Thank you all very much for having us.
Such cruelty is perpetrated on a number of occasions in the name of some form of divinity or other. Even though generally the crime is motivated by the desire to satisfy man's appetite for meat eating, it is this senseless cruelty which Sadhu Vaswani mission has been fighting from the 30s of this century. The mission was originally founded by late Sadhu Vaswani in 1930 at Sakhi Satsang, later on became the Brotherhood Association, subsequently renamed as Sadhu Vaswani Mission in the year 1966. Since then, its activities are guided by Dada J.P. Vaswani, and the mission's activities cover a wide number of fields such as education, medical relief, village upliftment, housing, and propagation of vegetarianism. However, it is basically identified which vegetarianism has set up a large number of branches all over the world. Believing in the dictum, Vasudevaya Kudumbakam, the mission has been campaigning vigorously for vegetarianism and universal brotherhood, which knows no bounds and embraces man, bird and beast alike. At the instance, the Animals Welfare Day is being observed annually by all educational institutions and other associations engaged in community service. The mission has been campaigning for setting up more veterinary hospitals and is also engaged in research to find out suitable vegetarian substitutes for non-vegetarian food items. Sadhu Vaswani birthday on the 25th of November each year is being observed as International Meatless Day, and certain state governments have also issued instructions for the closure of slaughterhouses on that day. As we all know, vegetarianism is no longer a fad associated with religious fanaticism, but has become a fashion of sorts with the Western youth, keen on maintaining the physical and mental health. At this development, the nation owes to the vision of the late Shri Sadhu T.L. Vaswani and his successor and disciples in the mission carrying on his charge through the years and hopefully through the succeeding ages. The Bhagavan Mahaveer Foundation takes pride in honoring the mission for its selfless service on behalf of the voiceless millions in the world. If they can speak, and all are not at the tongue as we imagine them to be, but have feelings and emotional as we all do, they will cheerfully join us in saying a thank you to the Sadhu Vaswani mission.
I request Shri Vaswani to come up on the stage and receive the award on behalf of Sadhu Vaswani mission. The next to be honored are Shri Avinashilingam Education Trust Institutions, Coimbatore, who are dedicated to the development
a deeper, extensive and comprehensive institutionalized arrangement. These requirements has been largely met by Shri Avinashilingam Education Trust Institution, Coimbatore, the recipient of the Foundation's Mahaveer Award for the year 1998. As all of us know, late Shri T.S. Avinashilingam, only known as IR to his admirers and disciples, set up this trust to provide education to the large number of students thirsting for knowledge in Coimbatore district in particular and Tamil Nadu in general. Shri Avinashilingam believed that one should not be satisfied with attaining freedom from foreign rule, as India did in 1947, but what will really add intrinsic worth to its citizens is a comprehensive system of education to make them well-rounded and disciplined. With this end in view, Shri Avinashilingam set up the trust whose main objective was to promote liberal education, to integrate a system of education, the concept of science and social service, to impart spiritual, ethical, cultural and human values to the students coming under the influence of the educational institutions under the trust, and to refine and streamline curricula and teaching methods based on the best wherever this could be found in the world. In practice, this has meant that the schools set up under the trust provide a comprehensive system of education commencing from pre-primary and carrying on to the level of doctorate and even beyond. Provision is also made for practical participation in rural development in the form of service through the National Service Scheme and a training center for rural development. Over 3,000 students actively participate in services connected with rural development and extension services. Functional education is also provided to illiterate women to help them stand on their own feet. The other activities of the trust include provision of primary health care, nutrition, research, agricultural farming, occasional skill development, etc. Under the able leadership by Dr. Rajammal P. Devadas, Managing Trustee and Chancellor of the deemed university, the trust has largely succeeded in making the vision of Dr. Avinashilingam come true in a relatively short time. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation commends the trust as well as those at its helm on their winning the Foundation's Award for Excellence in Education and Medicine in 1998.
I would request Dr. Rajamal Devdas.
ठीक है हेलो लो लो
The awards which have been presented this evening, they consist of a cash component of 5 lakhs rupees, a memento, and a package.
And Dr.Mandakini Prakash Amte, serving the tribals in the Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra. That till very recently, the Foundation's authorities were unable to get in touch with them to give them the glad news that they are the winners of the 1998 Mahaveer Awards for excellence in human endeavor in the fields of social and community service. We have only succeeded in contacting a friend located far away and requested him to establish contact with Amte couple to convey the good news. So deep inside the forest are they located, busy serving the tribals, that even the friend was not sure when and how he will be able to establish contact with them. Known as the Swedish couple of India, Dr. Prakash Murlidar Amte and Dr. Mandakini Prakash Amte have settled down in Himalkasa, a remote village in the dense forest in the Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra, inhabited by one of the most primitive tribal communities. The service provided by the Amte couple includes education to the tribals, medical assistance, treatment and eradication of leprosy, community development, rehabilitation of tribals. Highly endemic to malaria, the area is also inhabited by wild animals, poisonous vapors and the like, and the doctors continue to receive for treatment unusual cases such as injuries caused by enraged bears. They have also established an orphanage to take care of destitute children and have succeeded in training a good number of tribals for being employed as teachers, forest guards, policemen, etc. Dr. Prakash Murlidar Amte is ably assisted by his wife, who is also a doctor and is particularly helpful in getting over the inhabitants of the superstitions in the tribal women. In these days of self-seeking missionaries pretending to be engaged in serving their fellow men. Rare indeed are cases such as those of the Amte couple. The Foundation is happy that its award for social and community service has gone to a well-deserving pair of recipients, namely Dr. Prakash Murlidar Amte and Dr. Mandakini Prakash Amte. We are sure that the limelight now being directed on the Amte couple will induce more and more doctors to embark on such services where it is most needed. Thank you.
As you know, the awards consist of a cash component of 5 lakhs rupees, and perhaps this is the highest cash award to our knowledge. It also includes a commendatory citation and a miniature of Bhagwan Mahaveer. Thank you very much. We now proceed with the next part of our deliberations this evening. I would now like to request
Shri Subramanian ji, Shri Sudarman Jain ji, Dr. Usha Mehta, Shri Gaji, Shri Tamani, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to be present here to give away the awards instituted by the Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation to recognize, promote and preserve excellence in human endeavor through non-violence, truth, vegetarianism, education, and community and social services to Sadhu Vaswani missions, Shri Avinashilingam Education Trust, and Dr. Prakash Murlidar Amte, and Dr.Mandakini Prakash Amte. My congratulations to the recipients of the award. Anyway, as I told you, Avinashilingam was the Veer Rajya Sabha. Sadhu Vaswani, Dada Vaswani is vegetarian food. It used to be served in Parliament House for a number of years. And I know Baba Amte, they're very close, and I'm glad the family is keeping up the tradition of serving the poor and the poorest in their lifetime itself. It's my wish and hope that the coming years would crown the efforts of the award winners with greater success. The 6th century BC was a remarkable period in the Indian and the world history. It was during this period that Bhagwan Mahaveer emerged as an effulgence of immense luminosity to fill our minds and hearts with light and hope. Mankind was never the same again. In today's world, troubled by violence of thought and action, and tortured by self-doubt and grief, Bhagwan Mahaveer's message is like a cool breeze on a scorching summer day. Fundamental to Bhagwan Mahaveer's teachings was a theory of karma. He reminded man that in his inner self, in his soul, he was pure and divine. It is through accumulation of karma, the result of his voluntary actions, that his true quality of soul is camouflaged. Bhagwan Mahaveer cautioned man against accumulation of new karma and drew his attention to the need for inner purity, the purity of his other soul. He also gave hope. It was within the reach of each individual to seek his true self and to transcend the cause and effect cycle. He therefore recommended the practice of nirjara, which consists of fasting, avoiding certain kinds of food, controlling taste, lonely meditation, mortification of the body, atonement and expiation of sins, modesty, service, study and renunciation of the ego. Bhagwan Mahaveer's ethical principles contained in the doctrine of three jewels, the Ratnatriya, which is right knowledge, right faith and right conduct, defined the horizons within which the inner self of man was brought on balance with the outer man. Knowledge, faith and conduct, each taken by itself, can be a source of ego. But when in balance, they bring about stability and help man triumph over the arrogance of self. Ahimsa, or non-violence, is at the core of the Jain philosophy. Bhagwan Mahaveer taught that mere non-violence of action was not enough. It was ahimsa of thought, which is of the greatest importance, because all actions are preceded by and rooted in thought. Violence of thought was a greater and subtler form of violence, which results from lack of balance between knowledge, faith and conduct, and failure to observe nirjara. He forbade commission of any form of injury, whether committed by body, mind and speech. The teaching of Bhagwan Mahaveer is ever valid and extraordinarily contemporary relevance. The famous words, "War begins in the minds of men," almost literally translates into a modern medium Mahaveer's teaching on ahimsa. Much of modern man's misery is on account of excessive attachment to the external surroundings and illusory pursuit of non-existent happiness. In this process of he thinks nothing of rolling over all those who he imagines to be in competition with him. All war, all conflict, and all violence originate in man's passion. Bhagwan Mahaveer's teaching of universal love is a profound exposition of his truly rational philosophy, focused on the inner man, that man's soul. It has been the customary fate of the teachings of great saints that they are often confused by their followers and reduced to mere observance of certain practices and rituals. To them, faith is only a token to be worn like a badge of identity. External practices have their own subtle importance for seeking the inner truth, but it's crucial also not to lose sight of the underlying message in the practices and rituals. The day man understands the balance between inner and outer self, he will free himself and the world from every form of violence. To be a follower of Bhagwan Mahaveer is an act of a very great responsibility. To be a Jain and yet be controlled by greed, motives and profit, acquisitiveness and consumerism are contradiction in terms. Those for whom Bhagwan Mahaveer is the pathfinder must pursue purity of action and purity of relations with the external universe in order to enable thought and mind to be directed to the inner self. Contradiction between thought and conduct is itself a form of impurity, and all impurity is violence. Impurity can scarcely coexist with the pursuit of divine truth. Bhagwan Mahaveer, like other towering figure of 6th century Lord Buddha, called upon each human being to alter his own self. The change in society almost automatically follows. We feel a sense of just pride that Bhagwan Mahaveer was a son of India. His mission and message will continue to guide us for centuries to come and enable us to be aware of our true self. I once again offer my congratulations and good wishes to the award winners today and to the Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation for so thoughtfully choosing Bhagwan Mahaveer's birthday to confer this award. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We would now like to fulfill a very pleasant duty, that is to present mementos to the Vice President and the members of the jury. I would first of all request Shri C. Subramaniam to present a memento to the Vice President, His Excellency Shri Krishan. The memento includes a sandalwood statue replica of Bhagwan Mahaveer and a panel of Jain Mahamantra. I would now request the Vice President to present the memento to Shri C. Subramaniam ji.
This is also for Namorinda. Namorinda. Jain Mahaman.
We now present a memento to Dr. Usha-Ben Mehta. I would request Shri C. Subramaniam ji to present a memento. He is receiving a memento from the Vice President of India. Dr. Usha-Ben Mehta will receive the memento from Shri C. Subramaniam. Shri Deepchand Deviji will receive a memento from Shri C. Subramaniam. It's now time for saying the vote of thanks. The vote of thanks will be presented by Shri Krishan Chand, the trustee of Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation.
As in the case of all good things, today's function has come to a close on a happy note, and all that is left behind is to convey our grateful thanks to every one of you who has helped us in making this function a tremendous success. We are especially grateful to the Honorable Vice President who had kindly and promptly agreed to our request to be the chief guest on the occasion and present the award to the winners of this year's award. We are grateful to you, sir, for your kindness in being present here and encouraging us to nobler and harder tasks in the years to come. As my father had indicated in his welcome speech, a worthy cause always attracts support from eminent sources. This has been proved today by the gracious presence of eminent visitors such as Jagdish Mukhiji, Menka Gandhiji, Ram Nivas Medaji, L.M. Singh K.R. Malkhani. The foundation is indebted to them for their presence amidst immense pressure of work and would like to convey our heartfelt thanks for the encouragement their presence has provided us. Of course, this occasion would not have arisen at all, but for the recipients, we feel that the foundation has honored itself in making this award to the recipient. Since it would be invidious to do so, we would not like to make any separate reference, but convey our appreciation and thanks collectively to all the awardees, initially for enabling us to fulfill a part of our mission during the year, and secondly for honoring us by being present here to receive the award. We would commend their meritorious service to every other citizens of the country to follow and wherever possible to emulate. Once again, our heartiest thanks to the recipient. The rest, as they say, is a family affair. Respected Bharat Ratna, Shri Subramaniam Ji has been a part of our venture all this long that we do not know what we would have done but for his giving and affectionate guidance in running the affairs of the foundation all along. This year, he has had a new avatar in the form of Bharat Ratna Shri Subramaniam. And we are sure that his help and advice will be available to us in this avatar for many more years to come. All of us assembled here pray to the Almighty to give him many, many years of active and fruitful life in the service of the nation. Kindly permit us to convey our grateful thanks to you, sir, for all the help you have been giving us. It follows naturally that the award would not have received approbation that they have done, but for the critical appraisal the nomination has received at the hands of the selection jury. We are grateful to all of them and we hope the guidance will continue to be available to us in the years to come. Of course, there would have been no nomination at all to scrutinize, but for the active interest taken by so many institutions and individuals who have taken the trouble of sending in nominations. Their arguments were so persuasive that had we the resources, we would have been tempted to provide awards to every one of the nominees. A lot of thanks to our sponsor. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. The entire efficiency of the foundation would not have ended in this happy note, but for the sincere efforts put in by the team of staff members at our Delhi and Chennai offices. A special word of thanks is due to them from the foundation. I am grateful to the senior member of the foundation and my family members for their unstinted cooperation in making the whole process of selection ending in today's finale. A million respectful thanks to all of them. Without appearing to be patronizing, I would like to make a point. The services rendered by almost all the individuals, institutions were of such a high standard that it was really difficult to finalize the awardees. Those who did not get the award need not therefore feel let down or disheartened, but should continue the selfless service, for in the ultimate analysis it is that which really counts. The members of the media, the Doordarshan, All India Radio have always had a soft corner for the activities of the foundation, probably because of our objective, namely to help the underprivileged. I am sure they will provide their wholehearted cooperation in focusing the limelight on the problem faced by the underprivileged and our modest efforts in trying to alleviate them. We are also grateful to the Auditorium Authority for making the auditorium available for the function and to the service staff for ensuring that the nuts and bolts ran smoothly. I would like to end this happy note after once again conveying my warmest thanks to all and inviting you to join us in a cup of tea after the national anthem. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be in your seats till the Vice President leaves.
एक मिनट ये रख दूँ भाई और टैक्सी लेके आता हूँ
अंकल ये टीवी में आएगा हाँ और कहीं ले जाओ
समोसा
ये देखो ये
हाँ थोड़ा सा कोई जाके कंफ्यूज